Have you ever personally experienced colorism in your community?
I went to school in Baltimore, so I go back home in Boston. I'm a person who loves the sun, so of course I get darker every year. I went and saw one of my friends, and he's like, "Oh, you got so dark. You're so cute, though." I'm like, "What? What the heck does that mean?"
Have you ever personally experienced colorism in your culture?
Yes, for sure. Oh my goodness.
Indirectly. As a child, I didn't really register what it was.
Yes, I would say yes, because with black people, it's different shades of us, and some people prefer one shade over the other.
Growing up, it was always not really taught, but taught that lighter is better.
Yes, I have. Personally, in my family, like, not on a negative end of it.
I was on the good side of it rather than the bad side of it.
Do you think that you've ever had any advantage because you were lighter skinned?
Oh, definitely. Talking to guys, they're like, oh, she's light skinned, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, there's more to me than my skin color,
Like, they'll even make a joke that I'll be like a house nigga, or that I can do certain things because maybe I look mixed. Some of it hurts, some of it I'm just like, yeah.
As a black man, have you ever experienced colorism?
Absolutely.
It's something that used to bother me. I mean, before I used to read books and I used to understand it.
And I guess girls and everything, they're always, attracted to the more light-skinned guys and everything.
When everybody was going through that little light-skinned nigga phase, but yeah, darker dudes, they was really hurt about it, like, cause they was really getting no play. Like, you didn't know that dudes were, paying attention to shit like that. Hell yeah.
Even to this day, that we still face team dark skin, team light skin. Like, don't come up to me and say you look good for a dark guy. Like,
You hear that, ladies?
it's not a good response.
When I was younger, I was really light, bright, and then I would have family members who'd say to my parents, keep her inside, you don't want her to get darker. I've seen people buy certain soaps to lighten their skin.
When I went to the Philippines, yeah, I went to the store and there's an aisle that's from the bull to like here of whitening creams, lotion, soap, everything. I thought that was like in the Caribbean only, but I realized it's in other places too.
I found this out like in my adult years with my younger sister. She once finally shared with me how she used to feel about being the darker skinned sister, and like feeling like she never got enough attention or was looked at differently.
I think brown people kind of we're kind of in the middle. Like, people don't really care about us. And the people who get the worst of the spectrum are people who are on the far right or far left. So either you're like super light skinned and then they don't think you're black, or you're super dark skinned and then they think you're too black.
It's easy to make jokes and think, oh man, you just being sensitive, you being light skinned. But colorism is a real issue, and I honestly can't say that I can give an example, but I know I have said some colorist things.
It's just a funny thing. It's not derogatory in that term. But when I came here, I saw like people always like wanted to talk about it and wanted to make it a big issue. I feel like it's not that deep, to be honest.
People aren't making it up. There are black men who are insecure with their own skin tone, so they feel as if they need to go grab a lighter skinned woman, or they need to go grab a white woman per se, and make sure that their kids don't look like them because they haven't found that love for themselves. I had a lot of guy friends, and they used to make comments that used to make me want to strangle them. Oh, I wish my girlfriend looked like you, the clear, pretty brown skinned girl. Okay, if that's what you want, why are you dating her? If you can't appreciate the beautiful black woman that's in front of you, why degrade her by telling her she needs to look like me?
I see it around me, but I haven't experienced it myself.
You hear about colorism, you hear about racism, you hear about prejudice, and you think that it's gonna be really textbook and obvious that this is happening to you.
They would actually call me an Oreo sometimes because they would say, oh, well, you're dark skinned, but you talk like this and you act like this. You can't be both.
With colorism comes all these other different things that are attached as well. If you don't have all these curves, you're not truly a black woman. If you are too dark, you're not pretty enough. If your curls aren't popping, then like your hair texture is, oh, you don't have good hair. Thankfully, I had a mother who taught me how to love my skin, because my mother is a lot lighter than I was, so she was really worried that I wouldn't.
but thankfully I do.
My mom's like super all natural. Even when I was like, oh, can I get a perm? She's like, that's not happening. So she really taught me to love myself as I am.
When I was younger, I always told myself, regardless of what color I am, whatever range that I might fall into, I would love myself and not hold myself back in fear of a color.
I mean, black is beautiful, and that's it.